the Meosphere Origins. This is Dan, your host. How is everybody doing? Doing pretty good. Sorry for trying to get this angle right. Show my background. First time making a video on my phone in a while. So, yay. Let's see if I can do this. Turn this stupid thing. There. Whatever. It works. But welcome again. Today, I just want to say a couple things. Actually, today's video is going to be over the review of Daredevil Season 1 on Netflix. I know the show's kind of old, so people are probably like, whatever, who cares? It's really been old. But it's the first time I went through it, and I just want to talk what I felt about it. And I want to talk a little bit about Cobra Kai. Season 1, I'm still watching Season 1 of Cobra Kai, which is really good. So, anyways, thank you for coming. Hope you're all having a great day. I know last night was kind of crazy. Like everybody else, I heard what happened in D.C., and yes, I am a Trump supporter for the most part. I like some of the stuff he does, and I don't like some of the stuff he does, like any rational human being. I can like some stuff and not like others. Last night, people stormed, I think, the House of Representatives, and unfortunately, a young woman got killed, and that sucks. You know, it does. I don't ever call for any kind of violence. I have called out the violence on both sides constantly. I think they need to both shut up. It's ridiculous. Do I trust the election results? Absolutely not. There's too much corruption. There's way too much, stink with this last election. There needs to be some kind of accountability. They need to look into what's going on. I said that every single time. I've always said that. I believe, when the Russia thing came out, when it first came out, I said, okay, show us evidence. That's what I want to see. I want to see evidence. I want to see an investigation happen. If it's true, then Trump should go, And for 2 years, they kept just screeching about it and never showing any evidence. And then when it finally went to court and it was proven that it wasn't true, nothing happened. It was just kind of like swept under the rug, which is kind of ridiculous. To me, if I was been slandered for 2 years for being a Russian agent, I would want justice done to the people who slandered me. I would want their reputation completely fucking destroyed. I would want them removed from their platforms. Especially being the president of the United States. This is why if I was ever president, there's no way I'd ever have the media in my fucking place. I would get rid of this whole media shit completely, and it would be just me like they used to do. I would sit down at my desk and I would talk to the people about what's going on. Just open discussions with the American people. To the best I can, I would just be completely open and honest with people. It's not hard. Really isn't. Oh, but I hate him for it. They hated Trump forever because he's not one of the government hacks. He really isn't. He's not one of those politicians on both sides. Republicans and Democrats are the exact same thing. If you guys still think the political parties are different, they're not. They're all owned by the same corporations. They're all run by the corrupt freaking CIA who make sure that shit doesn't get out, and they make sure they can easily pay off anybody who, you better stay in your freaking your place, or we'll just kill you, like they've done other presidents. So yeah, you all might be a conspiracy theorist if you want, but shit stinks, and they should have done a proper investigation in these couple states and really looked into what's going on, because you don't have an election goes like this, and it goes whoop, and then over again. No, not at 4 o'clock in the morning when everybody's in bed. Yeah, that's bullshit. Bullshit. And they know it. They try to sweep it under the rug because they want Trump gone because he's not paid for by the other corporation, elitist. But nothing ever changes in politics. It's all shit. It's all trash. DC is a fucking hellhole. And this isn't really about this. This video is as well. But I'm going to talk about it for a couple minutes here. And I apologize to the people that don't want to hear politics. I hate politics. I hate politicians. I think all fucking dirty assholes. I saw on Twitter today somebody was talking about how dare they enter that sacred place. You know, the House of Representatives and Congress and the Senate, they're all sacred rooms. They should not be. How dare they touch and sit at these? What? When did America ever think that some government building was sacred? This is America. We fucking hate government. One of the most American things to do is to protest your government, to tell them that they're shit, and they absolutely are. Fucking nothing in Congress is sacred. That is a hellhole. That is hell on earth. And the fucking people there are fucking one of the evilest people on our planet. So no, it's not sacred. It's all shit. They're all shit. Unfortunately, they are invested themselves into every aspect of our lives. We can't escape their fucking bullshit. And it's true, they have. They've gone into every aspect of our lives now at this point. And it's getting so fucking tiring. I am so tired of it all. Like all of you, I'm just sick of being preached to and told this is how you should think. That you can't, government has gone nuts this last year. And hopefully, I'm hoping that it's over. Hopefully people realize that the government will not save them. The government's a worthless piece of shit. They haven't done their job. Their job is to protect American citizens from harm. Their job is to make sure we can live as happily as we can. We'll try, as long as we don't break the laws, we should be allowed to go to work, have homes. But now they took that away from us because now you can't go out. You can't go to your churches if you want to go to church because fear. They spread this little fear porn, and they turned everybody into scared little animals who are turning on each other like crazy. It's nuts. And I'm getting sick of it. I don't know how about you guys, but I am sick of it all. I just want good entertainment. That's why I made my channel. That's why I'm making my own book. Because I just want good entertainment, and I want to give something back to the people who just want good entertainment like me. I just want to create something new, something that isn't complete bullshit. But that's why we're here, and that's why we're going to stay here. And I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad that you've supported my channel. 125 in. I will be putting my PayPal on the thing if you guys want to help send some money. Help support the channel. It always helps, and it will help me make this room a lot better so that my office space can be a little more feasible. Unfortunately, the garage didn't work out. Sucks, because I really was playing some cool shit in there, but the power, and then I rent. This is a rented house. Yeah, my father-in-law owns it. Yay. So I can't just tear open walls and stuff. If it was my house, I'd had an electrician come out, and I'd have paid him to rewire better wiring into the garage. I'd had a whole setup in there, but fortunately, I don't own the house, so I can't do that. Yeah. And when I told him about it, he's just like, I don't give a crap. Don't use the garage then. And I was like, fine. Family, right? They're not bad. They're not bad people. But yeah, so today, let's get off the crap. Let's talk about something good. It is now Thursday, January 7th. Yay. It's already 7 days in, and we're already going crazy. But yeah. Daredevil, Season 1. What did I think about it? I thought it was really good. Oh my god! When it first came out, I watched like one episode or two, and he wasn't wearing the suit and a whole bunch of stuff, and I just was like, I don't care. Okay, I wanted to see Daredevil in the suit, and I wanted to see him kick ass, and he kicks ass, but for a while he does like the whole first season he's not gonna wear a suit till the end, and there will be spoilers in there. If you haven't seen Daredevil Season 1 yet, you need to go see it. If you like any of the superheroes, they mix it in with the a couple other heroes. You could tell they have some of the same characters. Uh, you know, Fisk is in this. You know, Kingpin. And they kind of got his character really done well. I think they made him a little too sappy and not enough like criminal genius. In this show, he just, you know, he has people talk back to him all the time. He doesn't do anything. He just doesn't seem like the same Kingpin I would imagine. Like Kingpin from the cartoons or the anime or the, you know, the freaking comics was this massively fat dude, but that fat wasn't like normal fat, like my fat, you know. It was pure sumo wrestler muscle type fat. And he would come in and he would just crush things. He had fought Spider-Man hand to hand, you know, and stuff like that. Dude was a beast, and he would just wreck you if you even looked at him the wrong way. He would just fucking kill you. And there had some points in this where he would become like really emotionally unstable, and he would just start beating random people for no reason. And that was like, no, Kingpin wouldn't do that. He wasn't he'd get angry, but he wasn't like, you know, he had the whole aspect where they gave him a woman, and he was in love, and he was happy for the first time in his life, blah blah blah, and then I think they made his character a little too sappy for my taste. I think, you know, I'm trying to save people. I get it, I do. It just didn't seem like the Kingpin from the, you know, what I remember. You know, the Kingpin I remember was ruthless and, you know, he was undermining, and he's kind of a criminal genius. I always knew how he did that part all right. Like, he owned the cops, he owned the politicians, you know, he was smart enough to get, you know, keep people at bay for a long time until it wasn't. But Daredevil, when I think of his character, I think he did really well. I think the actor, I don't know his name, but they did a really good job picking him. He played the blind man perfect. Then he kicked the shit out of stuff. And I really, really enjoyed his best friend. What was his name? Freaking Kirby? Or something like Kirby? QB? Something like that. I'm terrible at names. But he was really cool. I really enjoyed his character. You really felt, you know, his character throughout the show. You know, he was funny, sarcastic, but he knew his shit. And it was really funny when, you know, you think of him as like kind of like a loser. And then, you know, they have one episode where these two gay guys are fighting in a hospital. And he's finally like, you guys are fucking idiots. And they're like, what? Fucking, these are like killers, you know? And he's like, you know, I'm a lawyer. You know, I see this all the time. You guys are fucking dumb. And he just tells them his whole spiel. And they're like, oh, yeah, well, you know. And they put their knives down. And you believe him. You're like, damn, dude. Because he knows his shit. And he's he's a good lawyer. And actually, you know, they're showing this world where it's kind of like in reality, where lawyers, for the most part, big lawyers, don't give a shit about the small people. They're only protecting corporate interests. And you see this a lot in this show, where corporations and government are completely corrupt. Absolutely corrupt. You got 90% of the cops in the force are corrupt. Then you have, you know, what I thought was pretty funny is when they finally busted Fisk in this. You know, they finally got the truth out there. And he was exposed by one of the dirty cops that he was going to kill to the FBI. And the FBI just comes in, and you see like this army, the entire, which I think was funny, is like he didn't own anybody in the FBI. Like later on, you see that he does, but like the whole FBI just comes in and just takes down his whole empire like almost immediately. They got one witness, and they just crush his entire freaking enterprise. And all his people are getting arrested. He's already killed all the friends he's had because of reasons. Like the first one he pretty much kills is this. You have two Russian brothers who are drug dealers who are using taxi services to transport drugs, the Chinese drugs. So he's got like the Chinese, the Japanese, the Russians, and some corporate, you know, money guy, laundering guy. he kills one of the brothers because he embarrasses him for his woman because he's got this like love interest that they put in there, and then he shows up. One of the Russians one of the brother of the main Russian guy shows up and embarrasses him, and he almost loses her as a woman because she leaves, and she says she doesn't know if he's the right kind of guy for her or stuff like that. And he just loses it, and he's like fucking beating on this dude. He keeps hitting with the car door until his head fucking comes off, and pretty much starts a war with the Russians. But he planned it because the whole point of him was to take down all the other people. That was his plan, I guess, this whole time. It was to get in bed with these guys and slowly get them to turn on each other, so he could slowly take them down and take over their enterprises. So he controlled everything. And his whole thing was he was construction, so he could take over. He was buying all his land, so he's going to own everything within Hell's Kitchen, so that he could tear everything down and rebuild everything nicer, neater. No more poverty. He was going to turn it all into like a corporate, rich, area where only the rich and the people he believed are worthy have a right to live in Hell's Kitchen, and that way it doesn't stink anymore. He's got rid of all the rich, try to get rid of all the, crap. That was his dream. In this one, that was what Fisk. In the comics and stuff, he's just a mastermind of crime, and he doesn't give a shit about the city. It's all about him and his power and money. So yeah, so they kind of try to humanize, I guess, Fisk in this. When he finally does put on the suit, it looks pretty good. I was like, okay. They bring in Styx, his trainer, the guy who takes and helps train him. That dude was cool. I really liked his character. Right now I'm in the second season. I just finished the episodes where they had Punisher come in, which was really cool. I really enjoyed the Punisher. So seeing him come in, I was like, holy shit. So it wasn't bad. It was pretty good. Yeah, there are some good entertainment out there. We just got to find it. And unfortunately, Marvel is going down a path that, they used to have really good shows. Like, what was that one? It was the spinoff of the Avengers. God, what was that called? I can't think of it now. Someone can let me know in the comments. But it had that one agent that got killed by Loki. He was in it, and a bunch of others. I really enjoyed that show until recently, where it just kept getting weirder and weirder and weirder, and it was just like, I can't take this anymore. Shield, there it is. Hey, it finally hit me. Shield. Sorry. Yeah, Shield was a good show until recently. I don't know. I haven't watched the last season because it was good. It started getting kind of weird, and then it went into like space, and then future, and then it was like the Earth, the future was destroyed. It was just, I don't know. No, it wasn't good. I was like, yeah. So yeah. Other show that's really good right now is Cobra Kai. Everybody has been really praising it. I'm not caught up to season 3. I think I'm like episode 4 or 5, season 1. It's not bad. I really enjoy it. It brings back a lot of the old characters from the Karate Kid, and it shows like where life has brought them in the last 20 years or so. I wish they had this show like when Miyagi was still alive. Maybe they could have done like a thing for his death, like when he died in real life. They could have done something. That would have been cool to see, because Miyagi was such a cool ass character. I love that little Asian dude. Freaking dogs. Sorry about them. They're just going crazy. They want to come in because it's raining and it's cold out, and I'll let them in here in a minute. They're just being silly. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you stay safe out there. Especially if you live around DC and stuff. I live in Missouri. Great state of Missouri. I know a lot of people don't want to call Missouri great because it's not one of the great whatever, like Florida or Texas. But we're free here at least, for the most part. We don't have to be enslaved by our local government. They know better. They know go to a country, state like ours and tell people what they can and can't do. Like, we'll obey most laws. We will. Murder, killing, raping, stealing, shit like that. Yeah, that's wrong. But you ain't telling me I ain't going to work. Fuck you. You ain't telling me I can't go to church. Fuck you. I'm sorry. I'm going to go to church. You're not going to tell me I can't spend holidays with my family, because I did. And it was great. I didn't treat it like it was different from any other year. We just went out. We sat down with our family and we had Christmas. We smiled. We traveled away to North Carolina to drop my stepkids off with their dad. And he had them for the holidays. And we went back, got him, brought him back here. Now he's going to do that at spring break. So hot. I want to do that again. Thank God, for a long time. I hate driving. Please help support the channel. If you can't do it financially, that's fine. Just like and share, subscribe if you haven't. I'm not a big channel yet. I'm still only 120 something. I think 125 the last I checked. We're just building. We're having fun and enjoying life, and hopefully we'll get more gaming videos out there. I told my brother to get one out there this last weekend, and he was trying to, but he said he's still editing. He's not a professional editor at all, and I'm not either. That's why my videos look like this, because I don't do any editing. But yeah, it's a crazy world we live in, and sometimes we just need good escapism. Unfortunately, right now the government is saying you can't escape your horrible lives. Not only are we going to trap you in your homes and tell you can't go to work, can't spend time with family because of a virus that has a 99.8% survival rate, but we're going to make it look like we're taking away your freedoms one by one and just blatantly show that we're corrupt, because they don't care anymore, because the media is on their side. That's another good thing. I want to say this one thing about Daredevil. It is very good at exposing what the media is like in the real world. Absolutely is. They this whole speech because he has this one reporter, which I love. I love this reporter. Fortunately, he was killed. Of course, he was killed. But he was honest. He hated the media. He hated the news channels. He was just a small reporter of a newspaper who had broken. He helped take down like the Italian mob almost single-handedly through articles, when papers could do shit like that. People actually believed them. And his boss was like, dude, it doesn't sell papers anymore. Nobody cares about corruption anymore. They just care about what's on Twitter and what they can tweet and what, little shit they're on and blah, blah, blah. And he said, we need something sexy. So he keeps having him make the same thing over and over, that maybe they'll get a metro line and what color should it be and something stupid, and make polls on that. And, and the guy was just like, no, something's going on and I want to investigate it. And he's like, dude, just, And unfortunately, the guy was killed because no one wanted to, take his stuff public, because he was investigating the corruption of Wilson Fisk, and Fisk had made it look like he was the godsend to people, to Hell's Kitchen. He convinced a bunch of people that what he was trying to do is for the good of them all. So, yeah. Woo. But yeah, it was just media. Right now they're like fucking going crazy. They've been spinning it for months, how rioters and stuff like that are just peaceful protesters. And now that another side has rioted, and I'm not condoning rioting at all. Like, violence should never be entered politics. If you can't talk shit out, then politics, what's the point? And then politicians are supposed to be there so we don't have wars, we don't have this conflict, violence. You know, we use words and we discuss and we debate and we try to fix it there that way. Unfortunately, right now they're not doing shit but fucking smearing each other. And hopefully, you know, while, you know, corporations like Disney and other corporations owned by pretty much China are just blatantly out there, just taking over shit, buying up everything, resources. And, you know, our electric company here is bought by a company in Canada. How does another country own our literal electricity? I want to know that. Shit like that should never fucking happen. Unfortunately, it does. So, it's the world we live in, guys. It's getting darker. And hopefully, but that's why we got this kind of community. The people I found on here and around the world, thanks to YouTube and thanks to the Fandom Menace community, has been some of the best people I've ever met in my life. It has. You know, they're pretty honest. They're loving. They're supportive. And it gives me hope. It really does. People like Gary and Az and, you know, Doomcock and, you know, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers and, you know, so many of the others. You know, Culture Casino, West from Westmoon Webcast. That dude is a genius. You know, guys like that give me hope. You know, Vigilante Williams. I just started watching his stuff. I just discovered him. You know, people like that. Those YouTubers, people like me, Jake D, and all those others, we're just one big community that just loves, you know, stuff. And we just want things to go back to normal, where we can just go to work, go home, and sit down with our families and not have the government tell us we're evil. So, enjoy. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Wash your ass. It's a great Stephen Walton said. That's his book back there, guys. Remember, his second one is right now on Patreon, I think. Is it Patreon? No, not Patreon. Oh, I can't think of it. It's one of those Fund Me Pay things. So if you want to get the second one, I am probably going to get soon. So I can get the second volume. I want to get all his volumes so I have the whole collection when he finally gets them all done. And so please enjoy, you know, have a great time, and I'll see you next time in the Mirror Sphere. Be safe.